Hey guys, how you doing, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's gospel, Jesus asks the disciples as well as us a very important question. Who do you say I am? Today, I want to focus on this question. Who do you say I am? So when Jesus asked this question, who do you say I am? What's so amazing is that Jesus is not so concerned about the majority of people and what they think about him, but he's more concerned about the individuals, about what each individual person thinks of him or who they think he is. And when Peter said, Jesus, you are the Son of the living God, Jesus says, it is not flesh and blood that reveals this to you, but it's the Heavenly Father. And it was after that Peter recognized who Jesus was. Then Jesus built his church. That is the initiation of the church, when Peter recognized who Jesus was. And so many of us Christians today, we are so keen and so full of zeal and desire to do some kind of ministry for the Heavenly Father. But before we do anything, before we evangelize or share the gospel or share Jesus to other people, we must first stop and think. And the very first thing we must think about is, who is Jesus to us? Who does Jesus mean to us? What does Jesus mean to us? And it's after we know the answer to this question, do we go forward? So before we start our ministry or do any works for God, the first thing that we must think about is our personal relationship with God. What kind of state is that in? If it needs work, then we must work on it first. And it's once we are in that firm relationship with Christ, then can our ministries be so fruitful. It's so easy, right, to sometimes be so involved in our ministries. Sometimes we're working so hard and we forget to stop and think about our personal relationship with Christ. We are so concerned about other people that we forget to think about ourselves. And that is such an important thing. Sometimes it's just so important for us just to take a step back, just reflect and think, how is my relationship with Jesus like at this moment? And if, like I said, if it needs work, then let's just take a breather, just get ourselves back on track, get ourselves more tighter with Christ. Then can we go forward? Then should we go forward? So back to this question, who do you say I am? So when I think about this question over and over in my head, it makes me feel special. It makes me feel valued and important. Why? Because when someone asks you a question, who do you say I am? It means they care about your opinion. It means they care about what you say about them, because they have this personal relationship with you. They have this personal desire to be close to you. And so all that you say is of concern to them. And in that sense, this personal relationship that they seek with you makes you feel special. And for example, if we go to school, okay, and a teacher comes into the class and says, guys, such great work today. You all did fantastic. We all feel good. Oh no, she values our work. She values our effort, or he values our effort. But then when the teacher comes up to you individually and says, you did so great today. I'm so pleased with your work. Don't you feel so special? Don't you feel so valued? You feel so, at that moment, you feel so important. And that's exactly how Jesus works. In each relationship that Jesus has with us individually, he wants us to feel valued. He wants us to feel important. He wants us to feel as if we are cared about. And this kind of love that Jesus shows us, we cannot find it anywhere else. Many times, even by our own families, sometimes we feel rejected, we feel alone, we feel that we are neglected and we're not wanted anymore. But with Jesus, you'll never ever get that feeling. Jesus is there constantly, and his affection is there constantly, and he shows his love for us individually. He cares about you as an individual. He's not concerned about the general, but he's more concerned about you. He's more concerned about what you think of him and who you are to him. and who he is to you. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for listening. And before I go, I just want to put this question in your minds. Just like how Jesus asked Peter, Jesus is asking you too. Who do you say I am? And let us just take time in our personal prayer and just try and answer this question. Who is Jesus to us? What does he mean to us? Take care, guys. Have a good day. God bless.